cozy aquarium shop was quiet. Mr. Ansel hummed a soft tune as he approached Finn's tank with a large rolled-up background. Mr. Ansel had owned the aquascaping store for a very long time. He was once a world champion scaper, and if anyone knew how to decorate an aquarium, it was him. "Here we go again," said Finn, zipping to the front of the glass. "Adventure alert, everyone." Little did Mr. Ansel know. The aquarium backgrounds that he'd been adding to his tank on a monthly basis were actually magic. Each time that he'd applied the static vinyl background image to the tank, something very strange had happened. Not until he had turned and left the fish tank, of course. But as soon as he had, on the 2 prior occasions, a mysterious door had suddenly light up in an area of the background, and the fish had been able to push through the door and find themselves in another location. Not just any old place, but one that was connected to the image of their aquarium background. "I think I'll sit this one out," said Mighty, a small snow mountain minnow, peeking from behind a driftwood arch. The last door led to a cave with a territorial shrimp. "I'm still in therapy. But what if it's a coral castle this time?" chirped Bubbles, an enthusiastic little Danio, darting in excited circles. "Or a rainbow waterfall." Mr. Ansel slid the new background into place. As he finished smoothing out the bubbles and turned to walk away, a soft, golden light began to glow from within the tank itself, forming the shape of a small, ornate door. "No more what-ifs," said Finn, swimming towards the glowing light. "It's time for what is. And Mighty, you're my first mate. That's an order." Mighty sighed a very dramatic, bubbly sigh. "Fine," he said. "But if there's shrimp, I'm filing a formal complaint." Finn nudged the magical door with his nose. With a flash, the 3 friends were swept inside the swirling vortex. They tumbled out into a breathtaking new world. The water was crystal clear. A giant, moss-covered stone statue of a powerful dog spirit, an Inugami, stood imposingly before them, its red eyes glowing softly. "Wow," said Bubbles, her voice a hushed whisper. "It's so serious." "I don't like it," said Mighty, hiding firmly behind Finn's tail. "That big stone dog is judging me. I can feel it. Bones." Finn swam a little closer, mesmerized. "It's not judging us, Mighty," he said. "It's guarding. This whole place feels like a sacred garden." A deep, resonant voice. "The garden is complete," said the voice. "The life has arrived." From the glow of the statue's eyes, a shimmering image appeared. It showed a young man, the scaper named Koji, his face etched with worry and doubt. "The scaper's doubt is a cloud in the water," boomed the voice of the Inugami spirit. "He cannot see the balance. You must be the current that clears it away." Back in the tank, the trio huddled together. In the distance, they could see the competition judges, serious-looking people with clipboards, starting to make their way down the line of aquariums. "How?" asked Finn, looking up at the statue. "We're just fish." "You are movement," said the Inugami spirit. "You are harmony. You are the story he cannot tell himself. Swim not as visitors. Swim as if this world has always been your home." Bubbles zipped over to Finn, her voice a nervous whisper. "They're coming. What's the plan, Captain?" Finn looked at his friends, a new determination in his eyes. "There's no plan," said Finn, taking charge. "There's only feeling. Bubbles, you are pure joy. Show them. Dance in the open water where the light catches your scales." Bubbles nodded, a new sense of purpose on her face. "I can do joy," she said, and zipped away in a flash of silver. "Mighty," said Finn, turning to the nervous minnow. "The spirit said we need to show curiosity. See that dark, shadowy crevice at the Guardian's paw? It looks mysterious. Can you be brave and explore it for us?" Mighty took a deep breath, looking at the dark space. "For the team," he said, his voice shaky but determined. "Okay, I can be curious." He swam slowly, cautiously towards the crevice, peering inside as if he had discovered a great secret. Finn turned to the Inugami and said, "I thought aquascapers made Iwagumi-style aquariums, not Inugami." "Very correct," said the Inugami spirit. This year, the scaper decided to try something very different. He chose to follow the Iwagumi style, large rocks layered with smaller plants, However, this year he wanted his rock formation to center around the Inugami spirit. You will see how this turns out very soon, young Finn. The judges soon arrived at the adventurer's tank. They peered in, making notes on their clipboards. The hardscape is impeccable, said one judge. The use of the Inugami statue is a bold, powerful focal point. The plant health is superb, said another. The scale is perfect. They watched for a moment. Bubbles was dancing gracefully in the gentle current, her scales sparkling. Mighty was now confidently peeking out from the shadowy crevice and then darting back in, his natural caution creating a beautiful story of exploration. But look, said the head judge, a woman with a kind smile. Look at the fish. See how the minnow uses the negative space? It doesn't just occupy the tank, it brings the entire composition to life. It tells a story. Now, said Finn to himself, for the community. Finn began to swim. He didn't dart or dash. He swam a slow, graceful, deliberate path. He glided past the mighty stone head of the Inugami, showing a sense of reverence. He weaved through the slender stems of the plants, showing their delicacy. He then swam over to where Mighty was and circled him protectively, before joining Bubbles for a joyful moment in the current. He was the connecting thread, showing the judges that this was one cohesive, living world. Remarkable, said the head judge, making a firm mark on her clipboard. The fish are the soul of this scape. There is a true narrative here, a guardian, and the life it protects. Perfect harmony. Finn, after hearing the positive comments, suddenly got so excited that he began swimming backwards. He back somersaulted into Mighty, who was flung into the paw of the Inugami dog, knocking his head on the stone of his large foot. He actually hit it so hard that the toenail began to topple. Oh, shit, said Bubbles. They all rushed to Mighty's side. Mighty, are you okay? They all asked. Me and my Tweety bird friends are fine, said Mighty before he passed out flat on his back fin. Oh, we wrecked everything, said Bubbles, nearly starting to cry. The Inugami spoke quietly. Nearly a whisper. The fish strained their ears to hear him. You saw nothing, he said, in a low, deep voice. There was no more to see here. The judges moved on. On the other side of the glass, the young scaper, Koji, let out a huge sigh of relief, a smile finally breaking through his worry. The stone Inugami's eyes gave one final, faint, approving pulse of light, seen only by the three fish. Later, in the competition hall, an announcement echoed. The grand prize winner of the International Aquascaping Grand Prix, said the announcer, for a scape that demonstrates profound harmony between hardscape, flora, and fauna, goes to scape number 42, The Inugami's Charge, by Koji Tanaka. The hall erupted in applause. Koji's face lit up with pure joy, handed a large, shining trophy. Before he went to celebrate, he turned and looked right at his tank, placing a hand gently on the glass in a silent thank you. We did it! We won! Chirped Bubbles, spinning in a whirl of excitement. We're champion fish! I was profoundly intriguing, said Mighty, puffing out his chest with pride. Did you see me? I was mysterious. We did our job, said Finn, watching Koji celebrate. We helped him find the soul in his creation. The balance is restored, whispered the Inugami spirit, its voice warm and fading. The guardian is honored. It is time for you to return to your own realm. The same small, ornate door reappeared, shimmering against a rock. Come on, team, said Finn. Our adventure here is done. It was a beautiful home, said Bubbles, taking one last look. I'll miss being mysterious, said Mighty, but I wouldn't mind seeing our old castle again. The three fish swam towards the magical door. With a final flash, they were gone. Scene 6. They tumbled back into the familiar water of their home tank. The magical door vanished. The Inugami background was now just a beautiful picture on the glass. Well, you three seem lively, said Mr. Ansel, noticing their activity. Must like the new background, eh? It's a special one, called Inugami, all about balance and spirit. He tapped the glass fondly and walked away. He has no idea, giggled Bubbles. Ah, home, sighed Mighty, already nestled back into his favorite spot in the ceramic castle. No pressure, just peace. But it's good to know, said Finn, swimming contentedly. "That out there, our friend Koji is celebrating. And we helped. We brought the spirit." Finn looked out through the glass, a wise look in his eyes. "Every background has a story," he said, "and we're the lucky ones who get to live them." He gave a confident flick of his tail. "I wonder where the next one will take us."